Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're talking about the Harden Volume 7. So first of all, to give some basic information on this shoe was first released in March 2nd of 2023. Obviously, as a lot of you guys might know, James Harden started wearing the Harden Volume 7s last summer during a rec league run, I believe, and he was wearing the purple pair, which I think is the best colorway that I've seen so far. Hopefully that shoe gets released as well. When the shoe first released, it was launched on the Adidas official website. It was retailed at $160 and 210 Canadian dollars here in Canada. I was able to grab a pair, the metallic silver colorway from the website, and currently I believe all of the colorways are available in all sizes pretty much. There is also this new yellow and black colorway that just recently came out, which looks great to me. So before we jump into performance review, what do you guys think of the shoe's aesthetics? Personally, I really like it. It reminds me a lot of the original Kobe shoes, and this back heel part with the three stripes coming up, this reminds me a lot of the early years D Rose shoes. And overall, this shoe is just retro vibes, and I really enjoy how they look. It seems like a lot of the controversies around the shoe is revolved around this puffer jacket type of upper material. According to Adidas, this shoe is designed for both on-court performance and maybe styling for off-court as well. Lil Baby did wear a colorway that's actually very similar to this one, but I think it's a lot shinier during one of his concerts, I believe. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. So now we're gonna jump right into the performance aspects of this shoe. First of all is the fit. I went true to size. I'm a size 10 in most basketball shoes, and I go 9.5 with most of my Adidas shoes. However, with the Harden Volume 7, I went a size 10. It was a good fit for me. However though, there was a little bit of dead toe space at the top, about 1 to 2 finger width. I don't think it was a huge problem for me when I'm playing. I didn't really notice it once I have the shoe on for a little while, and it doesn't really affect the lockdown in the shoe. So I would suggest most people, you can feel safe going true to size. However, if you have narrower feet like me or a wider feet, I do suggest you go into an Adidas store if you can find these shoes. Give them a try on and get your best fit. If you do get your perfect fit in these shoes, the fit and lockdown you're gonna get is amazing. The design of this shoe is very, very interesting, and it's quite different from most of the lacing lockdown system that we see these days. The laces actually go under these two puffer jacket type of panel on the side, right? So when you lace your shoes up, these two panels, they close down and then it presses really nicely on your feet. It gives you a really secure lockdown. At the same time, it didn't really give me any pinching. The laces wasn't too hard on the top of my foot. So overall, the fit was pretty great and the lockdown is pretty amazing. Same here with the heel. I did hear some people talk about the heel lockdown in this shoe, and some had some concerns with heel slippage. That is not the case for me. So what I would suggest that everyone, when you get the shoe, put the lace loop all the way through to the last lace loop, and then I think you'll get a really, really good heel lockdown. The heel cushioning in this shoe is not something as crazy as the pillows from the Harden Volume 6, if you remember. However, it does get the job done. I didn't feel any type of heel slippage for myself, and I do have a narrower feet. So I think most people, you're gonna be good to go. This shoe also features a sock collar and a one booty upper. And personally, I'm a big fan of one booty uppers when it's done right. In cases that it's not done right, say like the Trae Young 2s, which I literally could not put my feet in them whatsoever, this shoe was actually pretty easy to put on. The sock collar material is very stretchy and soft. You can expand it really easily, slide your foot in, and once you tighten the laces up, it gives you a really good sensation of security in there. When I was playing, I just felt safe in these. Wherever I'm going, wherever I wanted to move my foot, this shoe always moves with me, and it feels like it's completely in sync with my feet, which is a great feeling. Next up is the traction. So with the Harden Volume 7, it features a multi-directional herringbone section in the top of the shoe, particularly in these black areas, as you can see. And the rest of the shoe features a radial pattern or a spiral pattern, if you will. All in all, it worked really, really good for me. I played with this shoe quite a few times already. I only play it indoors, so I can't give you a scoop on how the shoe perform outdoors. But I've played on both dirty high school gym courts and really well-maintained clean courts. Whatever the condition of the court is, the traction always been consistent. I always get a really, really good grip, whatever movement that I'm doing, whether it's a Euro step, step back, or I'm trying to play hard defense. It's also a very, very squeaky shoe, which personally I like the sound of the shoe squeaking when I'm playing basketball. Last thing to note though, grooves in the traction pattern is actually quite thick. So there is potential dust buildup in this shoe if you're playing on a really, really dusty court. Whenever I feel like this shoe is getting too much dust attracted on the bottom, I just give it 1-2 swipes and then I'm good to go. It's not really a concern for me. The rubber compound used for this shoe is also quite hard. I'm assuming that this shoe would be good for outdoor use as well, and it possibly can last you a little bit. Cushioning is the only part of the shoe that I feel like is lacking a little bit. So what this shoe gives you is 4-foot light strike, and in the heel, it's boost. I've heard some people say that it's called the Jet Boost, which is a renovated version of Boost. So as far as the 4-foot goes, you feel really close to the ground. The light strike material implemented in this shoe is actually really, really thin. So you feel like you're riding right on the hardwood, right? And the pros of that, obviously, you're gonna feel very, very responsive. You're gonna feel like you're quick, and there's really no lagginess in the 4-foot whatsoever. For someone like me that's on the heavier side of things, and I play primarily on my 4-foot, I'm a shooter, I run around a lot, and I try to play hard defense. When I play in this shoe for an extended period of time, my 4-foot would start hurting a little bit just because of how thin the material in the 4-foot is. To me, it feels like it's not enough cushioning. If you're a lighter guard, you're a speedier player, you play with a lot more explosiveness, I think you might enjoy a setup like this. Other than the lack of cushioning in the 4-foot, it gave me great responsiveness. Light strike is a material that is on the firmer side of things, which means you're gonna feel stable, you're gonna feel confident in your footwork, all of that good stuff, right? The heel features boost. Although it is caged pretty much all the way, other than the interior, this little part that's exposed, and then the heel, there's also some part that's exposed. This caging material is actually quite soft if you feel it. So it does allow the compound inside the caging to expand quite a bit. I feel this shoe is a great option for people who play full court a lot, because obviously when you're playing full court, you run around a lot and then you land on your heel a lot more than you would in a half court scenario. The heel feels soft, feels bouncy in a way, and every time that I was running, I was jumping, it kind of feels like it was propelling me forward. So the heel, I really have no complaints, and the only gripe is about the 4-foot. Last and certainly not least is the stability in the shoe. I would say this is S tier in stability and one of the best in the market right now, just because how low you're sitting in the shoe. The stability the shoe provides also goes along with the great lockdown this shoe gives you. Lateral wise, this shoe has a really, really wide base if you look at it, and this outrigger part, or this rubber material on the side, protrudes out quite a lot. Whenever I was playing in this shoe, I never felt like I was going to turn my ankle. As for torsional support, the shoe also features a mid-foot shank plate. So you can see, because I have a semi-translucent also, you can see where the shank plate goes. From the top, it goes about to about here, and the bottom, it goes to about here. So it's really, really hard to bend this shoe. It has a lot of torsional support in that sense. This shank plate also works really well of providing a springiness when you're running. So when you put force on it, it kind of snaps back a little bit, and that feels really nice too. So all in all, would I recommend the Harden Volume 7 to you guys? I would say yes, for sure. And I think this shoe is actually a great performer, especially for guards who are on the lighter side of things. However though, you do see a lot of wing players in the NBA wearing these shoes right now. People like Lou Dort or even Christian Wood, who's a center power forward. If you don't mind the minimal type of forefoot cushioning setup, I think you would really enjoy this shoe. If you're someone has ankle injury concerns or really needs to feel stable with your footwork, this shoe is one of the best options out there for you, honestly, just because how wide the base is and how low you're sitting in this shoe. So that wraps it up for today's review on the Harden Volume 7. Personally, I'm a big fan of how this shoe looks and how it performs on the court. I feel like this shoe is a shoe that I can wear if I'm in a really intense game and I can feel really confident with everything that I'm doing on the court. Well, that's it for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.